Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Top Best Health and Fitness Tips Today video. Topic is Top 10 Diseases that will dominate 2026 at exactly 2:17 in the morning, a hospital room falls silent. The monitor that once echoed with life suddenly becomes a flat line. A nurse rushes in, doctors follow, voices rise, machines restart, but within seconds, everything stops. Another life gone, not from an accident, not from something dramatic, but from a disease that had been growing quietly inside the body for years. No warning, no obvious symptoms, no second chance. And the most terrifying part, this isn't rare, it's happening every single day across the United States. In homes, in offices, in schools, inside people who believe they are completely healthy. Because the truth is, the most dangerous diseases in 2026 don't always hurt. They don't always show. They don't always give you time. They wait, they adapt, they evolve. And by the time you notice them, they may already be unstoppable. In this documentary, we are going to uncover the top 10 diseases that will dominate 2026. Not just what they are, but how they grow, how they attack your body, and why millions of people never see them coming. And as we count down to number 1, you may begin to realize something unsettling. One of these diseases might already be affecting you right now without you even knowing it. Let's begin with a disease that many people believe is over, but it never truly ended. Number 10, Long COVID, the disease that doesn't leave. When the world first encountered COVID-19, the focus was survival. People feared the infection, the fever, the breathing problems, the hospitalizations. But what many didn't expect was what would happen after. Meet Sarah, 28 years old, healthy, active, full of energy. She got COVID. Her symptoms were mild. A cough, a slight fever, a few days of fatigue. Within a week, she was fine. Or so she thought. Because 2 weeks later, something changed. She couldn't concentrate. Simple tasks became difficult. Words slipped from her memory. She would walk into a room and forget why she was there. Her heart would suddenly race, even while sitting still. And the exhaustion was unlike anything she had ever experienced. This wasn't normal fatigue. This was something deeper, something cellular, something invisible. What Sarah was experiencing is now known as Long COVID, and it's affecting millions of people across America. But what exactly is happening inside the body? To understand Long COVID, you have to understand what the virus leaves behind. When COVID enters your body, your immune system launches an attack. Inflammation increases, cells release chemical signals. The body goes into defense mode. In most cases, the virus is eliminated. But in some people, the immune system doesn't fully reset. It stays active, constantly, silently. This leads to chronic inflammation. And inflammation is one of the most damaging processes in the human body. It affects everything: your brain, your lungs, your heart, even your energy production systems. Inside your brain, inflammation disrupts communication between neurons. Signals slow down, connections weaken. This is what creates brain fog. It's not imagination, it's biology. At the same time, your mitochondria, the tiny structures that produce energy, begin to malfunction. Less energy is produced. Your body feels exhausted. Even when you haven't done anything. In the lungs, tiny air sacs become less efficient. Oxygen exchange decreases. Even if you're breathing normally, your body feels like it's suffocating. And then there's the heart. Long COVID can disrupt the autonomic nervous system, the system that controls heart rate. That's why people suddenly feel their heart racing without warning. And here's the most dangerous part. Many people look completely fine. Their tests come back normal. Doctors don't always see the damage, but the patient feels it every single day. This is why Long COVID is called the invisible disease. And in 2026, it continues to grow because every new infection creates a new risk. Even mild cases, even young people, even those who think it won't affect them. Long COVID doesn't care how healthy you were. It only cares that it found a way in. And once it does, sometimes it never truly leaves. But what if the next disease is something even more terrifying? Not because it stays in your body, but because nothing can kill it. Number 9. Superbugs when medicine fails. Imagine this. You get a small cut on your hand. Nothing serious. You clean it, cover it, and move on. But days later, it becomes red, swollen, painful. You go to the doctor. They prescribe antibiotics, but the infection doesn't improve. It gets worse. You try another antibiotic. Still nothing. Because the bacteria inside your body has learned how to survive. This is the reality of antibiotic-resistant superbugs. And it's one of the biggest medical threats of our time. For decades, antibiotics have been our strongest weapon. They've saved millions of lives, from surgeries to infections to simple wounds. But bacteria are not static. They evolve. Every time antibiotics are used, some bacteria die, but a few survive. These survivors carry mutations, small genetic changes that allow them to resist the drug. And when they reproduce, they pass this resistance on. Over time, entire populations of bacteria become stronger, smarter, untouchable. This is called antibiotic resistance. And in 2026, it has reached a dangerous level. Some bacteria are now resistant to multiple antibiotics. Others resist nearly all of them. And a few are becoming completely untreatable. These are the superbugs. Inside hospitals, they spread quietly through surfaces, through air, through human contact. Patients who are already weak become the most vulnerable. A routine surgery can turn into a life-threatening infection. A simple illness can become fatal. And the scariest part, we are running out of options. Developing new antibiotics takes years, sometimes decades, but bacteria evolve much faster. It's a race, and right now, they are winning. Doctors are now forced to use stronger drugs with more side effects and sometimes no effect at all. This means that in the near future, something as simple as a minor infection could once again become deadly, just like it was before modern medicine existed. And that future is closer than most people think. But not all dangerous diseases attack the body, some attack the mind. Number 8. Early onset dementia. Michael was only 42 years old, successful career, loving family, sharp memory. Until one day, he forgot his daughter's name. At first, it seemed like stress. Then, it happened again and again. Soon, he began losing track of conversations, forgetting familiar places, misplacing everyday objects, until one day he couldn't recognize his own home. This is early onset dementia, and it's becoming more common than ever before. Traditionally, dementia was associated with old age, but now it's appearing in people in their 30s, 40s, even younger. But why? To understand this, we need to go inside the brain. Your brain is made up of billions of neurons. These cells communicate through electrical signals. They form memories, control thoughts, define who you are. But in dementia, this system begins to break down. Abnormal proteins, such as beta-amyloid plaques, start to accumulate between neurons. These plaques act like barriers, blocking communication. At the same time, another protein called tau forms tangles inside the cells, disrupting their internal structure. Eventually, the neurons die, and when brain cells die, memories disappear, not stored, not hidden, but erased completely. And here's the most frightening part. This process can begin years before symptoms appear. Silent, invisible, slow. By the time memory loss becomes obvious, significant damage has already occurred. Modern lifestyle factors are accelerating this process. Chronic stress, poor sleep, unhealthy diet, digital overload. All of these contribute to brain inflammation and cognitive decline. In 2026, early onset dementia is no longer rare. It's rising, quietly, just like the disease itself. Because losing your memory is not just forgetting things. It's losing your identity, your experiences, your life, piece by piece, until one day there's nothing left to remember. Some diseases take years to show themselves, but others strike in seconds. And the next one is one of the biggest silent killers in America. Number 7. Heart disease, the silent killer. James was 34 years old. He worked out occasionally. He wasn't overweight. He didn't smoke. To everyone around him, he looked completely healthy. Until one morning, he collapsed. No warning, no pain, no second chance. The cause? A sudden cardiac arrest. What James didn't know was that his arteries had been silently narrowing for years. Deep biological breakdown. Inside your body, your heart works non-stop, beating over 100,000 times a day, pumping oxygen-rich blood through a network of arteries. But over time, those arteries can begin to change. It starts small. Tiny particles called low-density lipoproteins or LDL cholesterol begin to enter the inner lining of the artery wall. At first, your body tries to fix it. Immune cells rush in, they attempt to remove the cholesterol, but instead of solving the problem, they create inflammation, and that's where the real damage begins. The immune cells consume the cholesterol and transform into what are known as foam cells. These foam cells accumulate, forming fatty streaks along the artery walls. Number 6. Deadly fungal infections. When people think of infections, they think of bacteria or viruses. But there's another threat, growing quietly, adapting, evolving, fungi, and in 2026, they are becoming more dangerous than ever before. New research and science. Fungi are different from bacteria. They are more complex, more similar to human cells, which makes them much harder to treat. Because if a drug kills the fungus, it may also harm human cells. But something else is happening. Something new. Due to rising global temperatures, fungi are adapting to heat. Historically, the human body temperature acted as a defense. Most fungi couldn't survive at 37 degrees Celsius. But now, some are evolving to tolerate it, which means they can survive inside the human body. One of the most dangerous examples is drug-resistant fungal infections. These infections can enter the bloodstream, spread to organs, and become life-threatening. And unlike bacterial infections, they are often misdiagnosed because symptoms are vague: fever, fatigue, organ dysfunction. Doctors may treat them as bacterial infections using antibiotics, but antibiotics don't work on fungi. So while treatment is delayed, the infection spreads. And once it spreads, it becomes extremely difficult to control, especially in people with weakened immune systems. Hospitals, intensive care units, these are the environments where fungal infections thrive. And they don't just infect one person, they spread quietly, persistently, and in many cases, they resist treatment. In 2026, fungal infections are no longer rare. They are emerging as one of the next major global health threats because they don't just infect the body, they outsmart the system. But sometimes, all it takes is a single bite. Number 5. Lyme disease and tick-borne illnesses. It's a warm afternoon. You're walking through a quiet forest, fresh air, peaceful surroundings, nothing feels dangerous. But hidden in the grass, on leaves, on branches, is something almost invisible. A tick, no bigger than a sesame seed. You don't feel it attach, you don't feel it bite. But within hours, it can change your life. This is Lyme disease, and it's spreading faster than ever. Biological explanation: Lyme disease is caused by bacteria that enter the body through a tick bite. Once inside, the bacteria begin to travel through the bloodstream, through tissues, reaching joints, the nervous system, even the brain. At first, symptoms may seem mild: fatigue, fever, muscle aches, sometimes a rash. But in many cases, that rash never appears, which makes the disease harder to detect. If treated early, Lyme disease can be controlled. But if missed, it becomes chronic, and that's when the real damage begins. Chronic Lyme disease can cause severe joint pain, neurological issues, memory problems, chronic fatigue. Some patients struggle for years without clear answers because the symptoms overlap with many other conditions. And in 2026, cases are rising. Due to climate change, tick populations are expanding. New regions are becoming high-risk areas, which means more people are being exposed without realizing it. Because the danger isn't obvious. It's silent, it's small, and it begins with something you never even felt. But what if the next disease doesn't come from outside but from within your own cells? Number 4. Cancer. When cells turn against you. Every second, millions of cells in your body divide. Old cells die, new cells replace them. It's a perfectly controlled system, precise, balanced. But sometimes something goes wrong. A single mutation, a tiny error in DNA, and that's where cancer begins. Advanced scientific explanation. Your DNA is like a blueprint. It tells cells when to grow, when to divide, and when to stop. But when mutations occur, those instructions change. Some genes that normally suppress tumors stop working. Other genes that promote growth become overactive. This leads to uncontrolled cell division. Cells begin to multiply without limits, without control, without purpose. This forms a tumor. But cancer doesn't just grow, it evolves. Inside a tumor, cells continue to mutate. Some become more aggressive, some become resistant to treatment, some gain the ability to spread. This process is called metastasis. Cancer cells break away, travel through blood or lymph, and invade other parts of the body. And this is what makes cancer deadly. Not just the original tumor, but its ability to spread. In 2026, one of the most alarming trends is the rise of cancer in younger people. Why? Multiple factors: environmental toxins, ultra-processed foods, chronic inflammation, stress, all contribute to DNA damage. And once that damage reaches a critical point, cancer begins, often silently, because early-stage cancer rarely causes symptoms. By the time it's detected, it may already be advanced. But there is also hope. New technologies like AI-assisted detection and targeted therapies are improving outcomes. Treatments are becoming more personalized, more precise. But the battle is far from over, because cancer is not a single disease, it's a system, a process, a transformation where your own cells become your greatest threat. But not all diseases destroy the body, some slowly break the mind. Number 3. Mental health disorders. Neuroscience. It's 2 a.m. The room is dark, but the mind is awake. Thoughts racing. Anxiety rising. Sleep feels impossible. This is the reality for millions of people. Neuroscience explanation: mental health disorders are not just emotional, they are biological. Inside your brain, chemicals called neurotransmitters control mood, motivation, and behavior. Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, these chemicals must stay in balance. But modern life is disrupting that balance. Constant stimulation from social media causes dopamine spikes. Your brain becomes dependent on instant rewards. Over time, normal activities feel less satisfying. At the same time, chronic stress increases cortisol levels. High cortisol damages brain regions like the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and emotion regulation. Sleep deprivation makes it worse. Without proper sleep, the brain cannot reset. Toxins accumulate, emotional control weakens. This leads to anxiety, depression, burnout, and in severe cases, suicidal thoughts. In 2026, mental health disorders are rising rapidly, especially among young people, because the modern environment is not aligned with how the brain evolved. We are constantly connected but emotionally disconnected, surrounded by people but feeling alone. And the most dangerous part, many people suffer in silence, because mental illness is often invisible. But just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real, because the brain controls everything, and when it struggles, everything else follows. And now we reach one of the most widespread diseases affecting millions every single day. Number 2. Obesity and type 2 diabetes. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts small, a little more sugar, a little less movement, a little more weight, until one day your body begins to change. Scientific breakdown. When you eat food, your body converts it into glucose, sugar in the bloodstream. To control this, your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin helps cells absorb glucose for energy. But when sugar intake is constantly high, cells become resistant to insulin. They stop responding. This is called insulin resistance. As a result, glucose builds up in the blood. The pancreas works harder, producing more insulin. But over time, it can't keep up. Blood sugar levels rise. And this leads to type 2 diabetes. High blood sugar damages blood vessels, nerves, organs, leading to heart disease, kidney failure, vision loss. And obesity accelerates this process. Excess fat tissue is not just storage, it's metabolically active. It releases inflammatory chemicals that worsen insulin resistance. In 2026, this is one of the most widespread health crises because it's driven by lifestyle, processed foods, sugary drinks, lack of movement, and the most dangerous part, it develops slowly, silently, until complications appear. And by then, damage has already begun. Final transition. And now we arrive at number 1, the disease that experts fear but cannot fully predict. Number 1, the next pandemic. Somewhere in the world, right now, a virus exists that humans have never seen before. It lives in animals. It doesn't affect them. But one mutation, one single change could allow it to infect humans. This is how pandemics begin. Deep explanation. These are called zoonotic diseases, viruses that jump from animals to humans. It has happened before, and it will happen again because conditions are perfect. Global travel, urban density, environmental disruption. Once a virus gains the ability to spread between humans, it can move fast, very fast, faster than detection, faster than response. By the time symptoms appear, it may already be everywhere. And that's what makes pandemics so dangerous. Not just the virus itself, but the speed of spread. In 2026, scientists are monitoring hundreds of potential threats, but prediction is not prevention. Because the next pandemic won't begin with headlines. It will begin with one person, one infection, one moment no one notices, until it's too late. Final message. The truth is, these diseases are not separate. They are connected through lifestyle, through environment, through biology. And while medicine continues to advance, the greatest defense is awareness. Because the most dangerous disease is not the one that exists, it's the one you ignore. So the question is, what will you do before it's too late? Thanks for watching. The future of your health isn't decided in hospitals, it's decided by the choices you make every day. Stay aware, stay prepared, and never ignore what your body is trying to tell you.